Hello, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and tonight we're going to have a Texas-size wrestling experience for you tonight. We've got wrestling news. We've also got to rewind Dynamite, and we're going to predict Dynasty this Sunday on pay-per-view, cable, and satellite, and of course HBO Max. All of this and so much more here for you tonight on the Wrestling Experience. Thank you for watching the Wrestling Experience. Thank you for supporting the Wrestling Experience. And thank you, most importantly, for tuning in. Because without you, we can't do this show. We can't do any other shows that I've done. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy the ride of the Wrestling Experience because it's Thursday. You've landed on Planet Experience. You've landed on the Wrestling Experience. All right, folks. Make sure that you curb stomp that like button. You curb stomp that like button and you smash it. Whether you're watching here on X or the YouTube channel, make sure you smash that like button. It is very vital that you do. And I hope you all had a great Thursday. I had a great Thursday, very productive Thursday. I hope you had a good Thursday as we get closer and closer to the weekend. Did you have a good Easter weekend? Did you enjoy your Easter? Did you enjoy your Passover? All the holidays were good to you, and they were kind to you, and everything else in between. So tonight, everyone, we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. We're going to discuss wrestling news. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to predict Dynasty. We got a jam-packed show. It's going to be a loaded show. It's going to be a fun show. And I can't wait to do it with you all here tonight. As I said before, I'll say it again. Curb stomp the like button. Subscribe today. And, of course, don't forget to like and share the stream out. If you like wrestling content, if you like wrestling like I do for 3 decades, then all you have to do, all you gotta do, is go on my YouTube channel and rewind it all. You could be part of it all. You could rewind it, relive it, and you could just absolutely have fun with it. So that is what I'm all about. And Jeffrey, how's it going tonight? Well, it's such a loyal soldier. Jeffrey is here tonight. So, folks, let's just jump into it. Let's just jump right into it. Yeah, yep, as promised, you are here. Yes, you absolutely are here, Jeffrey. And thank you so much for your time and your energy. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Everyone in the chat, please make sure that you smash that like button. You curb stomp that like button. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's just talk about this Sunday. AEW will present to you Dynasty. Dynasty will take place in Vancouver, British Columbia. Tickets are still available, and you're very slow to get out the door. But however, I think AEW will sell this venue out, and I think it will be a sellout. There's no doubt about that. I think that this pay per view is going to be really interesting and really interesting. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. How are you doing? I'm doing well. It's been a busy week, but I'm doing well. I'm blessed. Thank you very much. So Dynasty, ladies and gentlemen, Dynasty will happen this Sunday on pay-per-view, HBO Max, and all satellite providers. Great show last night. Yeah, we're going to talk about Dynamite later on. We'll do Dynamite later on. We're going to talk about Dynamite. We'll do that. But for first, we're going to do Dynasty. As I said before, folks, Dynasty, I'm glad that you're good, Jeffrey. Dynasty Dynasty will happen this Sunday on pay-per-view. Like I said, cable home satellite provider, of course, Amazon Prime, and of course, HBO Max. And we're going to have fun with that pay-per-view this Sunday. I will be broadcasting Dynasty. I'm going to bring you Dynasty this Sunday. I will be broadcasting live here all around, and I can't wait to do Dynasty. I haven't done an AEW pay-per-view in a vastly long time, so I figured I would do Dynasty this Sunday. I will be on the air with Dynasty at 7:50. We'll be on the air at 7:50 for Dynasty this Sunday, and I hope you'll join me as I call all the action, all the AEW action you could want and muster, and it will be for a main event. And the main event is Kenny Omega taking on MJF for the AEW title. And it's going to be a barn burner, to say the least. This is AEW's second pay-per-view offering to you before we head to Double or Nothing in May. And of course, don't forget, Double or Nothing will happen on Sunday, May the 24th, from Louis Armstrong Stadium in downtown Queens, New York, and it's going to be available, like I said, on HBO Max, Amazon Prime, all the cable and satellite providers. And yeah, this should be a great pay-per-view. I agree, Jeffrey. This should be a great pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to it because the last pay-per-view hit a home run. Let's see what this pay-per-view does, and let's see if Dynasty can get that level. All right, folks. The Rogers Center in Vancouver, British Columbia, will host Dynasty this Sunday. So here is the card, the way it stands right now. As I said, the main event. Let's just talk about the main event. Let's just start hot. MJF takes on Kenny Omega for the AEW title. I want to tell you something, folks. This match, like I said, the match is going to be fine. The match is going to be great. But you know something? I'm a little conflicted on this prediction because this could swing either way. We could get a retainment. We could get that. We could see a retainment here. But we could also see Omega becoming champion at Dynasty. What's going to happen here? Which pendulum is Tony Khan going to swing on? I'm not quite sure, folks. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. But if it was up to me, I would give the belt to Kenny Omega. But I have a funny feeling in my gut, and I'm getting this feeling in my gut that MJF is going to retain here. I think he's going to defeat Omega. And I mean, like I said, the match is a pick'em. Because it could swing either way. The pendulum could swing either way. I would like to see a new champion crowned, but I don't think we're going to get it. I don't sense it. I don't feel it. So, based upon what I'm saying and what I'm feeling, yeah, I think MJF is going to retain. Yeah, I'm going to give the edge to MJF. MJF is going to retain the AEW title. He's going to retain it in Vancouver, British Columbia this Sunday. He's going to retain it, and that's that's my prediction. That is my prediction. So MJF retains against Kenny Omega. Okay. The AEW tag team titles are up for grabs. It's FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Let's see what Kenny's ribs is going to come into play. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah. So I have MJF retaining. So we're talking about the AEW tag team titles. Christian Cage and Edge will take on FTR. I still call him Edge. I can't call him Adam Copeland. I like Edge. I can't drive myself to call him Adam Copeland. I'd rather call him Edge. But that's just me. So we have this match with a tag team. Now this beef, this war that we've been playing back and forth with the ping pong ball, with FTR doing what they did to Adam Copeland on the last pay-per-view, putting him on the shelf for a vastly long time, and then doing what they did to Christian for a vastly long time. So this is their return. This is their return to the squared circle. Edge and Christian are finding some ways to win. Yes, they are. And I think we're going to have new tag team champions here. I think that's exactly what we're going to have here. We're going to have brand new tag team champions, folks. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage will become your new AEW tag team title after what happened at All Out. Let's see what Jeffrey says. Earl, how do you like Stokely doing the spear on Chris? I thought it was nothing to write home about. I mean, he ripped off Edge, he ripped off Adam Copeland, and he did the spear. Okay, he didn't get a running start at it. He's such a runt, but okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine if you like that. That's fine. All right. So we have that. We have Christian and Adam Copeland becoming the new AEW tag team titles. So that's what's going to happen here at Dynasty. We're going to get new tag team belts, and it will be Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Okay. All right. All right, I lost my card. Hold on, folks. I lost. Okay, there we go. It looked corny. Yes, it did. It did look corny. All right. For the women's championship, it is Tekla versus Jamie Hayter. Tekla and Jamie Hayter will fight for the AEW women's title. Now, listen, folks. The last time I was on the air with the Wrestling Experience, I've said this before and I'll say this again. If you're going to have Tekla retain, which she will here in this pay-per-view, please don't have the faction interfere. We don't need the faction to interfere and help Tekla retain. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. It really is not necessary. It's not necessary for Tekla to have her faction interfere for her. Okay, so I don't want to see that here. I don't want to see that. I want to see Tekla defeat Jamie Hayter cleanly here. I don't want to see Tekla and her minions come in the ring and defeat Jamie Hayter like that. I don't think that that's necessary. Tekla is retaining. She's growing on me. I'm putting the raid slowly away. Yes, okay. Jedi Network Sports, hello, my friend. How's it going, my friend? Hit the like button. Sports Jedi, how's it going, my friend? Hit the like button. Nice to see you again, my friend. So, I don't want to see Tekla. I don't want to see Tekla cheating here. I want to see Tekla win her match clean. And that's the problem that I have. That's the problem that I have. Make sure that everyone in the chat, you hit that like button. You hit that like button. Already did. Thank you very much, Just for that. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. So I'd rather see Jamie Ader losing a faction where she lost it clean to Tekla. I didn't want to see any interference from this faction. I really didn't. Dragonfly Jones, brother, how's it going, Dragonfly? Hit the like button, Dragonfly. Thank you so much for your comments. So I want to see Jamie Hayter in this match, and I want to see Tekla, if they're going to retain, win this match clean. I want to see her win clean. Let her lose clean. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, Jeffrey. That is exactly what I said. I want to see her win her matches clean. And that is all I'm asking for. Why is everybody so... Now, listen to me carefully. I've said this on my show many times over. Why is everyone allergic? Listen to me carefully. Why is everyone allergic to clean finishes? What's wrong with a clean finish? What is wrong with a clean finish? I don't get it. We don't need the faction to interfere in this match because you make the champion look weak like tea. You make the champion look weak like tea. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it. I don't like shenanigans in matches. I don't like it. I don't like shenanigans in matches. I just don't. I'm not a fan of it. If you like interference all the time and you think that that makes the match special, well, then that's fine. I'm not going to trample on your thought process. But for me, I've been a fan of wrestling for 3 decades. And as everybody knows, I like clean finishes. I grew up on clean finishes. And that's the way I like it. I don't like interference all the time. I understand a heel's a heel. I get it. I understand it complicitly. I understand it. But you don't have to have the interference all the time. It ruins the match. It ruins the ambiance of the match. It ruins the mystique of the match. And that's the problem that I have. That's the issue. That's the issue that I have. So I want to see Tekla here retain the AEW women's title clean. And that is something I will accept. Sports Jedi said, the Sisters of Sin, you know they're getting involved to be on the pay-per-view and keep the heel heat. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. I understand that. I get it. But you know something, like I said, I don't know. Tekla, Earl, Tekla. Yeah, I know, Tekla. Yeah. Earl hates shenanigans. I sure do. I sure do. I don't like shenanigans in matches. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm anti-shenanigans. I think that the champion should win their match clean, because when you have the faction interfere all the time, it makes the champion look weak. It makes the champion look like a chump. And I can't take her seriously as a champion if she's going to win her matches all the time with interference. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Win the match clean, and then you gain my respect. That's all I'm saying. But if that's not how you think, and you think differently, that's fine. I'm not trampling on your thought process. I'm not saying that my way is the highway. I'm not saying that at all. I respect all opinions. It's just that I as a wrestling fan, as a big wrestling fan, as a 3 decade wrestling fan, I grew up on clean finishes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, um, okay, so I have Tekla retain the AEW women's title. All right. The TNT Championship, Tommaso Ciampa and more will be in the Casino Gauntlet match. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, if you all didn't hear the news, Kyle Fletcher has a torn meniscus in his knee, and he will require to have surgery. So it looks like he's going to be on the show for a while. He had to vacate the TNT title. He had to vacate it. So the title is vacant. So the Casino Gauntlet match will crown a new TNT champ. So far, Tommaso Ciampa is in it, but we don't know who else is going in that gauntlet match. So I have a feeling they may give it to Tommaso Ciampa. They may give it back to he may get the title. They may give it to him. I can see that happening, and I wouldn't be mad about it. I don't like playing hot potato with the title, but I mean, what else are we going to do here? There is no alternative. Jeffrey says, I'm not sure who's winning that. Yeah, I think I'm going to say Tommaso Ciampa probably going to win this gauntlet match. I think he's going to win it. I think they're going to give it to Tommaso. I have a feeling that that's what they're going to do. I just have a funny feeling that that's the road that they're going to travel on. So based upon that, and because Tommaso is already in the match, I'm going to give the edge to Tommaso Ciampa. And I'm going to say he's going to win this gauntlet match. And we're going to get a new champion. Okay. The AEW Continental Championship match. Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay. I'm going to tell you something. This Jon Moxley Will Ospreay feud is so hot and so volatile. It's not even funny. It may even melt down the TV screens. I mean, it's so hot. I mean, this feud is so hot. Ospreay wants revenge on Moxley for what he did to him and forced him to have neck surgery. So I'm going to say this, you could be right or well. I have a feeling that that's what they're going to do here. I have a feeling that's exactly what they're going to do here. I just, in my gut, know that I have a feeling, and I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to win this gauntlet match. I think he's going to win it. All right. So getting back to what I was saying before, so Will Ospreay and of course Jon Moxley are going to mix it up this Sunday. And I'm going to say this match is, like I said, the feud is so hot. It's not even funny. It's a great build-up. I don't have a problem with this feud whatsoever. I think that this is going to be a barn burner. I think this is going to be the hottest thing I've ever seen on a pay-per-view. So based upon what I'm going to say here, this could go either way too. This is another match that can go either way. Moxley could retain. We could get that. But then Ospreay, this is his first time back on a pay-per-view. And I don't know if Tony Khan wants Ospreay to take an L here with Moxley. So I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm telling you this from my gut, and I have a feeling this is going to happen. I think Ospreay is going to win the title. I think Ospreay is going to win that championship. He's going to defeat Moxley. He's going to get his revenge and defeat Moxley. So, based upon what I said, Will Ospreay will become the new AEW Continental Champion. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I think Ospreay is going to win his match, and he is going to defeat Moxley, and we're going to have a new champion. Let's see. Will's winning, and the Death Riders were looking at Moxley different. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. I think they're going to either they're going to be they're going to say that he failed to be a leader, and they may excommunicate him out of the group, or something's going to happen here. But Osprey will win this match. He'll find a way to win this match. All right. Chris Jericho versus Ricochet. Okay, last night on Dynamite, Ricochet Ricochet interrupted Chris Jericho and he brought out an old friend. You just made the list. I loved it. I thought this was the most funniest thing on Dynamite. This was the most entertaining. Chris Jericho, as you know, did this shtick in WWE where he always put people on the list and he wrote it down. They wrote their names down on the clipboard. So he did it again last night. He brought an old thing out. Yeah, Jericho's winning this. He is going to defeat Ricochet. So Ricochet and Chris Jericho will meet at Dynasty. And I don't see Ricochet winning this match. This is a homecoming for Chris Jericho in front of the Canadian audience. And this is his first time back in the AEW ring on pay-per-view. He's not losing this match. So Ricochet is gonna take the L here. I have Jericho defeating Ricochet. Okay. All right. Darby Allin taking on Andrade El Idolo. This match is again a hired gun assassin for Darby Allin. Darby Allin, let me just say this before I give you my prediction. Darby Allin is probably one of the most human listen derby. He's a human listen derby. Darby Allin puts his body, his soul, his heart, his passion into wrestling, and he takes the most hellacious, and when I mean hellacious, he takes the most hellacious bumps. Darby Allin does. I mean, this guy absolutely, absolutely takes these horrific bumps from broken glass to being thrown onto a steel chair to steel steps. I don't know how Darby Allin gets up every morning and functions because a normal person would be in a wheelchair by now with all the stuff that they've been through. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. Darby Allin is just absolutely insane. He's insane. And he's going against Andrade El Idolo of the Don Callis family. I'm sorry, Darby Allin, but unfortunately, you're not winning this match. Andrade, I believe this is Andrade's first pay-per-view. I'm sorry. I don't think Andrade. I don't know. It's not his first pay-per-view. I think it's his second. Um, I don't think Darby Allin's winning this match. I don't see Darby Allin winning this match against Andrade. I really don't. There's just no way he's gonna survive. Now, we could get a shock. We could get a shocking upset, and Darby Allin pins Andrade, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. So Darby Allin is going to lose. He is going to unfortunately lose in this contest. So I have Andrade El Idolo winning over Darby Allin. Okay. All right. The Young Bucks are going to take on Takeshita and Okada. The Bucks are going to take on Takeshita and Okada. These two men cannot stand one another. How are they going to coexist? How is Okada going to exist with Takeshita? How is this going to work? How is this going to work? How is Okada and Takeshita going to unify as a unit and function as a unit? How is that going to work? How is that going to work? Tell me. because I don't think that these two are going to work together. I don't think these two are going to work together. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I don't think these two are going to fall. And what Don Callis announced last night, now this is something I'm looking forward to. This is something I can sink my teeth into. Um, they're not going to get along. No, they won't. No, no. Here's something that I think is going to happen here. These two men are going to have malfunction in the junction. They're going to be dysfunctional in the match. They're not even going to get along. But one thing that we did get last night, and we got a big announcement. It looks like we're on that road, and the build up to this has been so good. Tony Khan did a great job here with this build up. We are going to actually get to Kesha and Okada taking on one another at Double or Nothing. And I'm going to be there live to witness it. I can't wait. I cannot wait to May 24. I can't wait. I'm salivating. I am salivating. Yeah, good luck, Don Callis. That's right. Good luck. I am salivating with this announcement because if Tony Khan makes this official and we're going to have this match at the award winning Double or Nothing, I'm going to tell you something, folks. I cannot wait. I already bought my tickets for Double or Nothing. I cannot wait for this match to happen. This is going to be some good stuff inside that tennis stadium. Oh, at Louis Armstrong Stadium, it's going to be rocking because this is going to be great. These two men have been building and building, and we've been building this and teasing it and teasing it and teasing it. And this is great. This is great. This is great stuff. This is absolutely great stuff by Tony Khan and this build-up. So I hope Tony Khan makes this official, signs the first match to Double or Nothing. We will have Takeshita and Okada meeting each other at Double or Nothing. I don't have a problem with this whatsoever, and I will be there to witness it if this is official. I can't wait. Oh, can't wait. I'm just getting goosebumps. Just getting goosebumps. Can't wait. It's gonna be great. In front of the New York City crowd, the Queens crowd. It's gonna be great. Wow. Um. All right. All right, folks. So I have the Young Bucks defeating. I have the Young Bucks defeating Takeshita and Okada. They're not going to get along in this match. They're not going to get along. They're not getting along. They're not getting along whatsoever. So you can forget it. You can forget it. This match is not going to happen. We are going to have malfunction in the junction. I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going to happen here. This is exactly what I'm going to say. This is exactly what I predict. This is what I'm going to predict. This is exactly what's going to happen. These two men are not going to get along. They're just not. They're just not. And the build up to the match at Double or Nothing, if it happens, it's going to be great. They're going to blame each other for the loss on Dynamite. It's going to be great. Yeah, they're going to be yelling at each other. He's going to stick his middle finger. Okada's going to stick his middle finger at Takeshita. They're going to blame each other. This is going to be some good TV. This is going to be some great soap opera. And I'm going to soup it all up. I'm going to eat it all up like a tin of popcorn. Can't wait. This is going to be great. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm giddy. All right. All right. Let's talk about the 0 Hour show, and that will be Alex Windsor versus Marina Shafir. So Marina Shafir and Alex Windsor, of course, if you all don't know, that is Will Ospreay's fiance, and she will take on Marina Shafir. Unfortunately, Marina Shafir is going to win this match of the 0 Hour, and I shudder to think that AJ Boom or whatever his name is. He's going to be on the pre-show too. Tony Khan just loves this man so much. He drags him on all pay-per-views. He's got to have him in the pre-show. So AJ, look for an AJ Boom match with that. So folks, that is Dynasty. Marina, yep. So, folks, that's Dynasty. That was your Dynasty predictions for 2026. That's my predictions. That's what I feel is going to happen here at Dynasty. All right, folks, let's talk about something before we move to Dynamite and wrestling news. I want to talk about Friday Night SmackDown for a second. God, please let go the boom. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Jeffrey, we're not going to get that, if you will. Tony Khan just loves this man with the boom. Yeah, every pay per view, folks, every pay per view, he has to have this man on here. I don't know why. It serves no value whatsoever. Yes, maybe it's for the kids, and maybe the kids like it, but for me, I'm over it. I don't want to see it anymore in paper. We got you got to bring out something else in the cookpot. You have to do something else here. And that's all I'm saying. Um all right, folks, let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown for a second. Let's just talk about this for a second. And I'm going to tell you this much, folks. I love wrestling, as everybody knows. I love wrestling. I love good storylines. I love good matches. But this last Friday night SmackDown was probably the worst episode I have ever witnessed. This absolutely was a train wreck. All right, this episode of SmackDown was a train wreck to happen. And Ari Emanuel, if you involved yourself in this storyline and added this storyline, this was absolutely one of the worst decisions you have ever made, because this was absolutely ridiculous. The SmackDown last Friday was absolutely ridiculous. First of all, Randy Orton comes out. He comes out and he cuts a promo. All right. Here comes here comes Cody Rhodes. Rhodes gets in the ring and they start wailing him. All of a sudden, who should come in the ring? Pat McAfee? Pat McAfee. Of all things, Pat McAfee comes in the ring and kicks Cody Rhodes in the jingle balls. Kicks Cody Rhodes in the jingle balls, and he cuts this promo saying that he was the one on the phone. And this was the worst reveal I have ever seen in my life. It made absolutely no sense, storyline wise. It made no sense. Why in the world would you insert Pat McAfee into the feud with Cody Rhodes and Orton? You ruined it. You ruined the feud. You ruined it. Everything was going fine the way it was. But then you stick McAfee in there and you ruined it. It's almost like a good sauce. And you want that good sauce on your pasta or your rice or your entree. And you absolutely have to add more flour to it. You don't need it. You don't need it. It was not needed. It was not needed. Pat McAfee should have never been allowed to touch that feud. You ruined it. You ruined the feud. I'm very disappointed in this feud now, and I was so excited about it, but now that McAfee is involved in it, it just left a bitter taste in my mouth. It left a nasty, disgusting, foul taste in my mouth. Disgusting. How in the world could you all live with yourself as bookers and think that this was the best thing on paper? It's not. What does Pat McAfee have to do with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, this was just absolutely. This was just egregious. This was egregious. This was absolutely egregious. Pat McAfee shouldn't have been inserted in this feud. Point blank, period, end of story. And then you had Danhausen. This is how it really went downhill from here. You had Danhausen come into the ring and curse Dan England, the referee, and he gets a spasm in the arm and he can't count. I mean, this was just. I mean, folks, this was just so bad. This SmackDown was so bad. This was so bad. And then all of the fans were hating on Sami Zayn because he won the United States Championship and they wouldn't put Carmelo Hayes in the match, and now you have Trick Williams. I mean, this was just, oh God. Wow. This was bad. This was absolutely bad. And as a fan of wrestling, I can't speak for every wrestling fan. I cannot do that. I will not do that because I don't know what you all feel. If you all felt differently than I did, then that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. I respect your opinion. I get it. I understand it complicitly. But for me, as a fan, I was thoroughly disappointed in this. Very disappointed. Right. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. This episode of SmackDown was the worst. This was the worst. This was a worst reveal. It was the worst show. Everything was just so bad about this SmackDown last week. And I shudder to think with two more SmackDowns left before we get to WrestleMania, I shudder to think what they're going to do next. Because this was absolutely so bad. This was the worst show I've ever witnessed. And please, 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 we're getting ready to go to the go home show. Please, everyone, please, just do right by the audience. Do right by the audience. So McAfee comes in and he kicks Cody Rhodes, as I said, and he's the one on the phone. Then Cody Rhodes comes out and he does an unscripted promo and everything else. Then CM Punk comes on the air on Monday night and he throws a couple of pipe bombs in it and he tells TKO and everyone behind the scenes at WWE lower the ticket prices. So apparently, according to RingsideNews.com, that promo that CM Punk cut last Monday resonated bells to TKO and WWE because it looks like they want to lower the ticket prices for this summer going forward. And I agree. Dynamite Sports, how's it going tonight? Happy Thursday to you, Daniel. And please make sure you hit the like button. I agree with this assessment. You drop the ticket prices and you lower the ticket. You can't keep pricing out the poor. There are families out there that love wrestling, the little kids and the little daughters who like wrestling and they want to go to wrestling, but they can't because they can't afford it. And that's all I'm saying here. I'm not saying go ahead and charge tickets $1. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that just make it affordable. What's the problem with affordability in this country? I don't understand. First, you all are allergic to clean finishes, and now you're afraid of affordability. I don't understand. I don't understand this country. I don't understand the people's thinking when they make these decisions on the future of people. I don't understand it because people deserve to have some slice of entertainment. We all need an escape from this rat race we live in this world, and we can't get that escape if it's too expensive. If it's out of arm's reach. So all I'm saying in here is that you've got to make things affordable. You've got to make things comfortable for a fan to go into their wallet and say, yeah, I could do this. I could splurge a little bit here. And I could go to an event now and then, and I could be a part of history. And I think that's all that the WWE fans want. And we want better storylines. And not the same matches over and over again, which you all are currently doing in this WWE market. We need something fresh, something new. You have to think outside the box here. You can't keep doing the same matches. You can't run back and dial back the same matches. It's just becoming redundant. It's not a good product. It's not a good thing to be putting on TV every week. You know, I mean, think outside the box. Think about what the fans think. Think about how the fans are suffering sitting in that arena watching the same match that they saw last week. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. About time they dropped the ticket prices. Yeah, Jeffrey. I mean, from what I understand, they want to make them affordable for the summer. We'll see. Proof is in the pudding. We will see. We will see what the WWE does here. But affordability is a must. I think Randy had someone else because Randy's song I hear voices. Yeah, I agree. But it's not Pat McAfee, that's for sure, because that was stupid. That was a dumb booking decision. I don't know who did that. And then another dumb booking decision Monday night on Raw from the Garden. You had the Usos lose to the division, the tag team belts. What sense did that make? What sense did that make? Then we have a 6-man tag match at WrestleMania with ISO Speed and of course his two proteges there, the new tag team champs, Austin Theory and Logan Paul. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it was dumb. The booking made no sense. Why did you have the Usos lose the tag team belts to the Vision? I didn't understand that booking decision. Like, that's dumb. I don't. I'm sorry. I thought that was whack. Okay. 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 I'm just saying it was not. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Just wasn't good booking decision. I disagree with the decision. I disagree with it. All right. So folks, that's my little rant on Friday Night SmackDown. So all right, folks, we're gonna do wrestling news and then we're going to do Dynamite. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, I have a story on Cody Rhodes. Thank you to Elite Rockets with a Z on X. Thank you so much for your post. And this is the Nikki and Bree show. So he was on the Nikki and Bree show. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes said, what did Jeffrey say? Wrong messenger, right message. Yeah, I got it. You got that right. So Cody Rhodes says, and I quote, on the Nikki and Bree show, he was recently on the Nikki and Bree show. Cody Rhodes says, and I quote, Cody says that he's lately getting tired of being involved in long-running feuds in WWE. I hope that it doesn't rain on anyone's parade, but I'm getting tired of the wrestling the same guy. You get these long-standing rivalries, and you're just stuck in them. I mean, Seth Rollins and I have wrestled 4 different times now, and even more than that, really. Those matches took a lot out of both of us. So I don't know if that's what I'm looking to do here. As much as I want to see him to, as much as I want him to see me, that's the hill in front of me. So Cody Rhodes is complaining about being booked in the same matches. This is what I'm talking about. This is just what I alluded to just 2 seconds ago. If WWE would just sit down and think creatively in a room, in a think tank room, and think about the different men that they've got on their roster. Listen to me carefully. You got different men on different rosters. You have some on SmackDown and you have some on Raw. If you sit down and mix and match people in the right feud, in the right spot, you're going to get the praise here from here to Calcutta. You have to think outside the box. You can't keep running back the same thing. You can't, like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Kevon Evans and a Grande Americano. We don't need to see that. We see it on main event. We've seen it on Raw. We've seen it here. We've seen it there. We don't need to see this over and over and over and over again. It's not necessary to keep dialing back the same matches. Elon Evans should be feuding with somebody else on the roster. You can't tell me, you can't sit there and tell me, you can't sit there like a blind fool and tell me that this is great TV to see him wrestle the same man every week, and the match is not going to change. The ending is not going to change. It's just boring. It's stale. You don't need to understand it's losing its luster. Another one is AJ. Yes, another one is AJ and Becky Lee. That's a good. That's a good one, Jeffrey. That's a good one. Yeah, we hate same matches. Yeah, we nobody likes the same matches. Why do we keep dialing it back? Now you're gonna have Becky Lynch and AJ Lee at WrestleMania again on a pay-per-view on a PLE again. We don't need to see that anymore. Why can't AJ Lee defend her title against somebody other woman in the locker room? Don't tell me you don't have all the women in the locker room and you can't have a feud with AJ Lee building up towards WrestleMania. Why not? Why do we keep seeing Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, Becky Lynch and AJ? It's boring. It's boring. And what are you gonna ever do? What are you gonna ever do? Cheat and win the belt again, and then they feud again? I mean, come on, this is ridiculous now. This is enough. I mean, this is enough already. Hopefully, it may. Yeah, I hope so too, because I don't want to see this again. I don't want to see this again. I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep. I'm sorry to get off my soapbox here, but I just don't want to see it again. I just don't want to see it again. I don't think it's necessary. Why do we keep having the same match? It's just like LA Knight. LA Knight comes in on the main roster, and all you got him doing is vision, 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 vision. Everything is vision. I'm just like, can we do something else with LA Knight, please? Can we do it something else with AJ Lee? I mean, come on now. AJ Lee and Ivy Nile could have had a great match. Yes, Ivy Nile. Somebody else in the back, another woman. Somebody else, but not Becky Lynch. Because Becky Lynch is popular and everything, you gotta have her. No, you don't. I mean, it's like every week you turn on the TV, T-Von Evans is taking on Grande Americana. He's taking on this Americana, that Americana, this America. I mean, it's like enough, enough. I'm exhausted. The matches are boring. It's boring. It's a bathroom break match. That's what you're trying to. That's what you're doing here. You have no respect for Javon Evans, and you have no respect for his talent. Because if you did, you wouldn't book him in boring whack matches. And that's what you're doing here. You're booking him boringly. And I don't know if it's done on purpose. I don't know if it's done maliciously or what the hell is going on here. But Lord, please have mercy. Book him in something else. Book him in something else. Book him in something else. You can book him in something else. Find the roster. Look in the roster. Look on the Raw roster. Put up all the men on a vision board and pick somebody else. Like Roman says, it's like missionary position every now and then. If you will. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is just no bueno for me. I'm sorry, folks. This is just there's no wiggle room around that. I mean, there's just no wiggle room around that. I mean, I'm sorry, but you can't keep having the same matches. It's just not conducive. It's just not right. You should think outside the box. Something fresh, something new. That's what we're looking for here. All right. Okay. All right, folks. Let's continue with the wrestling news, shall we? All right, let's talk about Janelle Grant for a second. Now, folks, like I said before, this story that I'm about to read here, I have two stories on Janelle Grant. And we've been talking about this case now for a vastly long time. Me and my ex co-worker and co-host Sarah and I, we went through the trenches with this Janelle Grant story here at the Wrestling Experience. We talked about it in length. I already talked about the text messages and what she said. These two stories about Janelle Grant, again, she's still speaking out against WWE. Yeah, oh boy is correct. So I got two stories here, and I'm going to read to you. All right, so WrestlingNews.com. Thank you so much for your reporting. WrestlingNews.com. Janelle Grant claims a private text exchange between Brock Lesnar quickly turned uncomfortable. According to her latest lawsuit filings, which lays out the alleged message she says were sent after Vince McMahon told her Lesnar would be contacting her. Grant stated that McMahon informed her ahead of time that Lesnar would be reaching out using the name Polish Joe. She claims that the message started off casual, but shifted directions as the conversation continued, including one message referring to Chicago. 1 hour after Lesnar first texted me, he sent me another stating, I wish you were in Chicago tonight." Grant says she tried to respond carefully because she believes that Vince McMahon was paying attention to how she handled the situation. She alleges another response soon followed, along with a photo that she says appears to be sent to build trust. He replied, I have trust issues, followed by non-sexual pictures of himself in a gray sweater. According to the filing, and the conversation escalated just minutes later, Grant claims multiple messages were sent back to back, including one that became a major focus because of his wording. 3 minutes later, he sends the three text messages to me in a row. Show me your meat, please. And you should get on the plane and come to Chicago. Grant claims that the exchange left her feeling pressured to respond and continue the conversation, especially because she believed that she was expected to report back about the messages. She says in the interaction was part large pattern that included requests and discussions about meetings in person during the WWE travel. The lawsuit ongoing, and none of the allegations outlined in the filing have been ruled on in the court. So this is a lot to unpack here. This is all about Lesnar. This is all about Lesnar here, folks. This is all about Lesnar. So in a text message in a row, he said, "Show me your meat." So apparently Lesnar was being disgusting to Janelle Grant on the text message. I'm going to tell you this much, folks. If this is true, and all of this comes out to be true, why in the hell did WWE, listen to me carefully, why in the hell would WWE rehire Lesnar to come back into WWE with this scandal going on? I don't understand what the thought process was, but if it was up to me, Lesnar would not be coming into the WWE because this scandal is not going away. It's not going away at all. And Lesnar is nasty. If this is true, Lesnar is nasty towards women. This is why some people are turned off from WWE, and this is why WWE has lost some fans because of this kind of stuff, because of this kind of scandal. Why would you rehire Lesnar if he had done these things with Janelle Grant? And why wasn't it investigated by the internal affairs of WWE? I don't understand this. I don't understand why WWE did not investigate this further. And why are they turning a blind eye to it? I don't get this. I don't get this at all because this is serious. This is really serious. Right. I wouldn't bring Brock Lesnar back. No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't have brought Lesnar back into the WWE knowing that he's chained to the scandal. This is an embarrassment to WWE if this is true. Lesnar should not be allowed to be hired by WWE. I don't understand who thought that was the greatest idea on the planet. Because you're spitting in the face of Janelle Grant, and you're spitting in the face of this scandal. Lesnar should not have been rehired. He should not have been rehired. And that is just my opinion. Now, if you all disagree, that's fine. If you disagree, it's just, yeah, it's very messy. You're absolutely right, Jay. It's messy. This case is messy. And I have been following this case line by line by line by line. I read you the text messages. I read you all the stuff that I had on the story. I just read you that. Lesnar is gross. There's no word to describe him but gross. And I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something. If this proven to be true, WWE should be embarrassed and ashamed of themselves for hiring somebody like this monster who done this to this woman, who pressured her to come to his home. This is why people get turned off from this product because of crap like this. Lesnar's gross. I'm sorry. There's just no other word I can use but gross. He's gross. I hope Oba beats him at Wrestle. Yeah, I do too. I do too. I do too. We're gonna have the predictions for WrestleMania, folks, next week on the Wrestling Experience. Hope you tune in for that. I'll have the predictions. I'm trying to get a panel together. I don't know if I'll get it together. I don't know if I'll get anybody to join me on the panel. It may just be me, but I this Lesnar story is wow. All right, let's talk about Braun Breaker. Let's just take a break from this and let's talk about Braun Breaker for a second. RingsideNews.com, that's my source. Braun Breaker's status has been taking a major turn, and the latest update makes it clear he's cleared. WrestleMania situation wasn't about his health after all. After weeks of uncertainty, excuse me. Following his hernia surgery, Breaker has now been fully medically cleared to compete. That alone is a huge development, especially after many assumed his injury forced WWE to change their major 42 plans, WrestleMania 42 plans. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, the decision to move forward with Rollins versus Gunther at WrestleMania was not due to Breaker's condition. Instead, it was a creative choice made to give Breaker and Rollins more time to properly build the story. Um, okay. I mean that's okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know about that because I mean there is a buildup here. They did put Rollins on the shelf for a couple of months after the incident happened in overseas, and then you had him come back and take on Gunther, which really didn't make any sense. I don't know. I mean, you want to push it off more? I don't know. I mean, okay. The idea of Rollins and Breaker is very much alive, but they want in the proper television build time. Okay, so I think this does make sense. I understand what they're talking about here. Okay, that makes sense. That to me makes sense. It didn't make sense to me before, but now I keep reading it. It's okay. All right. Detail changes the narrative completely. Many fans believe that Breaker's injury was the reason WWE pivoted to Gunther stepping into the WrestleMania match, especially after Gunther returned to Raw at Madison Square Garden and attacked Rollins before pointing to the WrestleMania sign. Instead, the plan for Gunther appears to have been in motion for weeks, with Rollins' storyline involving Paul Heyman building towards the exact moment. The entire storyline in the past few weeks with Rollins and Heyman was always built to Gunther choking Rollins out at Madison Square Garden. So They had to build this around. They had to build this around. What's his name? Right. I think they are saving it for SummerSlam. Yeah, that could happen. I could see that happening at SummerSlam. I could see it. I could see it. Or Clash in Italy. I could see that too. They could do that. Either one would work for me. Either one would work for me. But here's the thing. I think that Braun is going to interfere in that Gunther match. And he's going to help Gunther win the match. I think that's exactly what they're going to do here. Just to build it up more, just to make it more picante spicy. They're going to have Breaker come out. Referee gets distracted by Gunther. He's, of course, Braun runs down to the ramp. He comes running down to the ramp and he spears Rollins. Unbeknownst to the referee, he tosses him back in the ring. Gunther chokes him out, and Braun walks off the ramp and laughing about it because he did his dirty work. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen here. I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Um, Forgot about the clash in Italy. Yeah, like I said, either one will work. Either one works fine with me. So this is now you guys know the explanation why they did not put Braun, and I think this makes perfect sense. I mean, we've already got in trouble with the McAfee situation and the Rhodes and the Orton and the disliking of Rhodes winning the title back and Sami Zayn winning the title back, getting the title, the dislike by both men. I think WWE don't need no more heat on them. So I think that this is a good way for them to say, okay, we're going to make a good booking decision here. So I give them flowers for doing that. I give them flowers for doing that. That's fine. I think that that's a good idea. I think that's a great idea. And speaking of Sami Zayn, WWE is reporting of of very aware of the backlash with Sami Zayn defeating Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. title. It was noted that the company actively monitors the situation on social media as fans demanded to be added to the United States Championship match. Zayn and Trick Williams at WrestleMania 42. So they wanted a triple threat. The fans wanted a triple threat at WrestleMania for the United States Championship. We're not getting it. We're going to get Trick Williams taking on Sami Zayn. Listen, this is Trick Williams' debut at WrestleMania. He's never wrestled in WrestleMania before, so this is his first. I don't think you want to take that shine away from Trick Williams and stick Carmelo Hayes in the championship match. I don't think fans think clearly. See, this is the problem that some wrestling fans have. They don't look at the overall picture. You guys don't look at the overall picture. You don't sit back and look at the overall picture. You just want, but you don't see the overall picture. So you can't stick Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat match because that'll take the shine off of Trick Williams. Trick Williams needs to have a one-on-one match with Sami Zayn for the U.S. title, and that is going to happen at WrestleMania. And that's the way it's supposed to be, and that's the way it's gonna. That's the way it's gonna go down. So I know that some fans are upset and they're disappointed and whatever, but you know what? You got to get over it. You can't take Trick Williams' shine away from him at WrestleMania. The focus should be on Trick Williams. Will he win his first United States Championship, his first single title at WrestleMania? That's a possibility that could happen. Because as you know, the fans soured on Sami Zayn becoming a champion again, the United States Championship. So I could see WWE reversing course and giving the belt to Trick Williams here at WrestleMania. I could see it happen. But I'll save my predictions for next Thursday night. I'll tell you what I think. But that's just it. Sammy is turning heel. Well, we have to see about that. We have to see about that. All right, here we go with more Janelle Grant stuff. Here we go. WrestlingNews.com. Janelle Grant claims that her lawsuit filing against Vince McMahon told her WWE leadership viewed her as a corporate liability before she was removed from the legal department. According to the filing, Grant describes a moment when Vince McMahon informed her that the company leadership had made a decision about her future role inside WWE. She claims that the issue came up while the company was trying to hire a new general counsel. Grant says that Vince told her that the leadership believes that her presence in the legal department created problems for the company and that she needed to be moved out immediately. Vince revealed that he and WWE leadership determined that I was a corporate liability. He then told me that they needed me to leave the legal department immediately as the presence had affected their ability to hire a new general counsel. Grant claims that the conversation marked a turning point in her role within WWE, as she says it led to to her removal from the legal department and reassigned elsewhere. She describes the situation as one of the moments where she realized leadership viewed her as a risk to the company rather than someone who would be protected internally. These claims are part of the Grant's broader lawsuit involving McMahon and WWE leadership. The allegations have not been ruled out in court, and the legal case is ongoing as more details continue to emerge and the information becomes public. So again, Janelle Grant is talking about the lawsuit about WWE. This time, she says that she was removed from her job illegally. They felt that she was drama, she was a liability, and she needed to be removed. You know why they removed her? Because she knew the truth. She knew the truth, what was going on, and they did not want to be exposed. And that's exactly what happened here. They removed her immediately because they knew what they were doing behind the scenes with her was gross. And it was it was degrading. And she knew that this was going to all come to light. They knew that this was going to come to light, and that's why they removed her. That's why they removed her. So she was let go. She was removed from that department unlawfully because there was really no evidence of her being a liability or drama or whatever you want to call it. So I don't sympathize with this. I'm sorry, but this case, this whole thing with Lesnar and Vince and Laurinaitis and all of these people are just disgusting individuals, and I'm done with this case. I'm absolutely done with it. I'm up to my neck in it, and I'm I'm just so disappointed in everything behind the scenes and the way that women are treated in this company. And this is why, like I said, and I alluded to earlier, this is why some people are turned off. This is why some people do not watch WWE anymore. They don't support it. I know that I talked to several people that say they do not support WWE anymore. They don't like it. They don't understand what the hell's going on. And this thing with McMahon has really tainted the relationship with some fans with the company. And that's a shame. And that's a damn shame. But again, folks, I'll follow this story and I'll keep bringing it to you. Lola Vice walked out of the NXT Stand and Deliver as the new NXT Women's Champion. But an unexpected situation involved JC Jane became one of the most talked about parts of the match. During the NXT Women's Championship Triple Threat bout featuring JC Jane, Lola Vice, and Kendall Gray, the action inside the ring was intense from the start to finish. However, viewers at home noticed something unusual throughout the match as WWE production repeatedly blacked out several times. The broadcast interrupted happened after JC Jane experienced multiple wardrobe malfunction during the match, which put her struggles to stay secured at several points. WWE cameras were forced to react quickly and the screen briefly blacked out numerous times across the match to prevent unattended exposure during the live broadcast. So apparently, yeah, so proud of Lola Vice. Yeah, I am too. I'm so glad that she's the new NXT champion. So if you all didn't know what I'm talking or referring to, they had a wardrobe malfunction slip and they can't show that on camera, so they had to black out. So if you saw the match and you saw that they kept fading to black, that was the reason. That was the reason WWE production had to do that so that because it is on YouTube, and you can't have nudity on YouTube. So, they had to do something, so they had to black it out. So that's the only reason. Yeah, JC Jane had some wardrobe issues. Yeah, she did. She had some wardrobe malfunction issues. So yeah, it's so unfortunate. But that happens. Sometimes that happens in wrestling when you're wearing a costume. So and here's the story, as I said before, WrestlingNews.co. WWE is reporting to looking to lower ticket prices through the summer, according to Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer. If it wasn't obvious from the Punk promo, it appears WWE is looking to lower ticket prices through the summer. So, like I said, and I alluded to earlier, um, as I said, and I reported it, and I brought it to you earlier. WWE is looking to lower ticket prices. Um, so that is it. So, oh, this is save that for strip club. Yeah, if you will, if you will. All right, folks. So that was wrestling news. That was wrestling news for you, and here at the Wrestling Experience. So that's what I got for you in the wrestling news. All right, folks. So that is your wrestling news for this evening. That is what's going on in the world of wrestling. Um. All right, folks. Before we get out of here, just want to let you all know. I'm going to be live again on Sunday night for AEW's Dynasty. We are going to be on the air with Dynasty at 7:50. I hope everyone will tune in. And it is going to be a nice evening of AEW wrestling. I'll bring it to you. I'll call the matches. I'll go through the trenches with you, and we are going to have fun. Then the next time I'm going to be live again, I'll be live with you. That was great, Jeffrey. I'm glad that you're going to join me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next time I'll be live after that will be WrestleMania. I'll be live for WrestleMania night number 1, night number 2. We're going to do WrestleMania night number one, night number two. I'll be on the air for WrestleMania both nights at 5:50 Eastern Time. That is 5:50 Eastern Time for WrestleMania 42. I can't wait to do WrestleMania this year. I think it's going to be a jam-packed card. It has 14 matches to it, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7 matches for both nights. And this is going to be great. This is going to be great. We're going to have great. We have the main event of Saturday night. It will be, um, it will be Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton will do Saturday night. And then the main event for Sunday night will, will be Orton and, of course, Rhodes. So that is going to happen on night number one, night number two. It's going to be great. Roman and Punk will do night number one. Excuse me. Roman and Punk will close WrestleMania night number one, and then Orton and Rhodes will close night number two. So that's going to be great. Are you going to see Michael? Who's Michael? I don't know who Michael is. I don't know who Michael is, Jeffrey. But that's my schedule, folks. That's my schedule. So I'll have Dynasty on Sunday, and then the following weekend we will do WrestleMania night number one, night number two. What I'm looking forward to this WrestleMania, the movie. No, no, Michael, no, no movie. Um, so what I'm looking forward to this WrestleMania is I just want to see one match that I'm definitely going to see. I want to see Oba Femi, and that nasty Brock Lesnar. I cannot wait for this match to happen. Oba Femi absolutely dominated Lesnar, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. He deserved it, and I can't wait till Oba Femi gets in that ring and shows Brock Lesnar who's boss. Yeah, Oba better win. Yeah, I don't see WWE doing this. Oba Femi is debuting at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar for the first time ever. There's no way. There is no way. You mean to tell me, I'm going to tell you this much, folks. If Brock Lesnar defeats Oba Femi at WrestleMania, the backlash from that match will be so bad. It's not going to be funny. You think it was something with Sami Zayn and Cody winning the belt back and getting the belt back was something else. This they will riot. There is no way Oba Femi is going to lose at WrestleMania. There's just no wiggle room around that. There's no way. Oba Femi is winning this match. Hands down. There's no way they're going to make Oba Femi lose at WrestleMania. No way. No way. Brock is in big doo-doo. He's in big trouble. And I just hope Oba Femi destroys him. Just mop the floor with him and be done away with it. I don't care if it's a squash. I don't care if it's a squash. I don't care. If he squashes him in a couple of seconds, I don't care. I would be so happy about that. Lesnar deserves to be squashed. He squashed so many people in the past in dramatic, quick fashion. Oba Femi should do the same thing to Lesnar. I want to see a quick smash and grab match. That's what I want to see. I want to hear the bell, ding, 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 and then he picks him up and he power slams him right there in the middle of the ring. 15 seconds or less. And that is the end of Lesnar. That is it. Especially his first WrestleMania. Yep. So I'm gonna have my predictions next Thursday night. I'm gonna talk about WrestleMania next Thursday night. We're gonna do WrestleMania. All right, folks. I have one more thing for you, and that is AEW Dynamite. All right, let me just pull this. All right, let's talk about Dynamite. It was a go home show for AEW Dynamite last night. Kenny Omega dressed as MJF at the end of the show, and this was great. Both men cut a promo, and it was leading up to this Sunday's main event. And what did Jeffrey says? I want to see Paul Heyman's face when he loses. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely. I can't wait. That's what's gonna be the icing on the cake for me. So Kenny Omega addresses MJF. MJF comes out. They both cut a promo. They're getting ready for Dynasty this Sunday. I think that main event is going to be a barn burner, and I can't wait to have that. I can't wait to watch that match. That's going to be great. Jericho, as I said in the onset, came out and explained his plans. He signed his AEW contract. He then challenged Ricochet to a match, and that's what we're going to get at Dynasty. Willow Nightingale versus Queen Amanada for the TBS Championship. The match was fine. The match was all right for what it was. I had no problems with this match. I love me some Willow Nightingale. I'm a huge fan of Willow Nightingale. She likes to have fun in the ring, and she's great as a TBS championship, and I hope she continues her reign as champion. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I can't wait. So on an entertainment level, I'll give the match a 5. Yeah, I agree with Jeffrey. It was a decent go-home show. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't terrible. It was decent. So on an entertainment level, I'm going to give the match a 5. The match gets a 5, and that's what I can do with. That's the best I can do with it. Don Callis family versus Darby Allin and Jack Perry. Of course, the Don Callis family defeated Darby Allin and Jack Perry. The match was fine for what it was. Andrade Alidolo came out and he laid waste to Darby Allin as they will meet at Dynasty. It was a fun tag team match. Not fun for Darby Allin and Jack Perry, unfortunately, but this was decent. This was decent. So on an entertainment level, I give the match a 6. The match gets a 6, and that's the best I can do for it. The match gets a 6, folks. On an entertainment level. So that was Dynamite, folks. That was Dynamite. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Jericho returned. Oh yes, Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa wins his match over Mascarado Dorado to get into the gauntlet match. He wins his first. He's the first entrant in the gauntlet match, and I says that he will win that vacated title. Adam Copeland, Christian Cage cut a promo on FTR. United Empire versus the Death Riders. I thought the match was great. They defeated the Death Riders. Ospreay scored the win for his team by pinning Moxley, giving him momentum into the singles match on Sunday to try to attack Moxley, but Claudio saved him. Yeah, so he pinned the champion. He pins the champion. He did. I sent you something in your Twitter DM. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll read it after the show. Thank you, Jeffrey. So we have, as I said before, we have that match with Moxley and Will Ospreay. I said Ospreay will win the match. That was my prediction. I had him win the match, but we'll see. We will see what happens. All right, folks. That was AEW Dynamite, and that was absolutely great. The show as a whole, I'm going to give the show a B. I'm going to give the show a solid B. I gave the show a solid B, and that's the best I can do for it. Yeah, I think Will win. I think Will win too. I think Will win. So, folks, that's going to do it for me in the wrestling experience. That is going to wrap it up here tonight for the wrestling experience. Um, King, how's it going, King? How's it going tonight? Hit the like button, King. Hit the like button. Curb stomp the like button, King. Thank you so much. Everyone in the chat, make sure that you smash that like button and you subscribe today and share the stream out. I greatly appreciate you. I hope everyone has a great Thursday. So, getting back to what I'm saying before I wrap up here, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank Jedi Sports, King, and everyone that was in the chat tonight. Jeffrey, thank you so much. Everyone that was in the chat, thank you so much for your time and energy. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to return on Sunday night, and I'll bring you Dynasty. I'll call all the matches for you. The Death Riders is going to kick him out if he loses. Well, we'll have to see about that. We will see about that for sure. So anyway, folks, that is going to do it for me here on the Wrestling Experience. If you missed this show, thank you, Jeffrey. If you missed this show, and you want to go back and rewind the show, you can always do so on my YouTube channel. All you have to do is rewind, relive, and replay. But don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to curb stomp that like button, folks. That is very important that you do. Keep those likes coming. Keep the subscriptions coming. And I want to thank you, the wrestling community, because you absolutely rock. You rock. The wrestling community, the IWC rocks. And you all are great wrestling communities. You know what you like, you know what you don't like. And thank you so much for all the likes, the subs, the support, the love, and everything else. And like I said before, I'm here for you. I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to give you my wrestling opinions. And I do it every time I go live. I give you my opinion. I give you my humble opinion. And of course, like I said, if you all don't think differently, if you think differently than I do, that is totally fine. That is totally fine. Let's make the world go around. So, anyway, folks, that is going to do it for me in the Wrestling Experience. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you Sunday night for AEW Dynasty. Until then, everyone, thank you for watching. I'm Earl Cole. You've landed. The plane is about to leave the mothership. I'm about to get beamed aboard and beam on out of here. Until then, everyone, I'll see you Sunday night on the Wrestling Experience. Time to leave the mothership, absolutely. All right, folks, until then, good night, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday.